My simple trading strategy only includes one time frame, one trade, and one market. Let me show you guys my strategy. I try to keep it as simple as possible. I'm gonna show you guys live trades, show you proof that I'm trading this every week. This week was a profitable week, so I'm gonna show you guys my trades. And I'm gonna show you the simple strategy that I use. So let's go to the charts. Now, I'm only trading the NASDAQ market, okay? And I'm only using one time frame, which is the 5-minute chart. Now, I'm looking at the 5-minute levels, okay? So the market basically moves in waves. Let me draw that for you right now. In general, the market moves like this, right? In waves. So these waves right here are potential levels where traders, day traders, can actually look for opportunities, okay? So when the market is making these waves, a lot of times you will see that it will go to these levels, stop, right? And continue to go up, right? Sometimes it will go to the swing low, and we could call this demand, stop right here and go right back up. So I'm using these levels right here every single day. Now I'm also using maybe yesterday's swing highs or swing lows, just in case I don't get any recent levels. I can probably use, yesterday's swing highs and swing lows. So it'll look something like this. So let's say that yesterday, we created this high right here, okay, and it dropped down, right? And now let's say that this is today's action, okay? We're going right back up to yesterday's swing high, okay? So this can actually be a level too that I'm looking at. And this is what I'm doing every single day. I'm looking at the 5-minute direction too. Now, why do I only look at the 5-minute direction? Well, for me, I like to keep it simple. I realized that when I try to look at the daily chart in a higher time frame and look for the direction, it will always confuse me, because sometimes one candle, okay, so let me give you a good example. Let's go to the daily chart real quick, right? So right here, right? You see how we have this red candle right here, okay? So this red candle right here on a daily chart is a 5-minute downtrend. Even though in general, this is the daily chart. In general, the daily chart is trending up, right? But right here, this one red candle, okay, is a downtrend. Let me show you guys. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. So you see right here, guys, this is the day right here, right? The downtrended, the market was downtrending, it pulled back a little bit, right, to this level right here, even reacted to this level, and it continued to go back down. Now, if you are just looking at the daily chart, you probably wouldn't pay that attention. You was like, okay, I had to go long. And I realized some days going long and the 5-minute chart is trending down, it's like me going against the trend. So I'd rather just stick with the 5-minute trend, right? Some days the 5-minute will line up with the daily chart, and some days it will not line up with the daily chart. So let me show you guys the live trades that I did this week so everything can actually come together. Now, this day right here was literally my fault, okay? I truly believe that this was supposed to be a winning day for me, but I messed up. I'm gonna tell you how I messed up, okay? So if you look at this chart right here, we have a nice little support area right here, okay? I didn't mark this down when I came to my chart. I came to my chart late. So basically at the time I came home, I think around probably 9:20, all right? And when I came to the chart, I just looked at the chart real quick and I saw resistance up top, but I didn't really look at the support to the bottom. So if I had marked my chart the right way, this would have been a nice long right here and it would have been a winner. Unfortunately, I didn't do that, and I took this short trade and I got stopped out. So let me show you guys the quick recording. So right here, you see that I'm in the market, and I don't really see a reason to panic, but it is what it is. The market went against me. So let me fast forward that right now, and boom. Okay, the market stopped me out. Now I'm actually in another trade. Okay, so I took 2 shorts just to try again. And I got stopped out on this trade too. So let me fast forward this. Now, I was basically in this trade. I thought this trade was gonna work out. I'm looking at it. Sellers is coming in the market. I'm like, all right, bet. This might be the winner right here, okay? But unfortunately, that trend was very strong, okay? I missed the long. I went for the short, and I got stopped out. So let me fast forward to that part. And right here, you're about to see me get stopped out, boom, and I'm down 7K for the day. It is what it is. That was my honest mistake. That day should have been a winner, but I took a loss on that day. It is what it is. So let's go to the next day. Now, the next day we had resistance right here, okay? This swing high right here. Listen, you see how we dropped down a lot right here? You look at this, guys. We dropped down a lot right here, okay? So you have to mark down this level. Look at this, boom. So this day, we came back to that area right here, all right? And guess what? As soon as we hit that area right here, it gave me a nice bearish bar, okay? And I went short. So usually when I go short, I wait for the bar to close, okay? The setup bar to close. And then as soon as it goes below that setup bar, which is below this low right here, I get in. So let me show you guys a quick recording. All right, so right here, you see that I'm in the market. Everything's looking good. Basically, the market is going straight, down. So I'm liking it. I think, overall sells on in the market. So I'm just waiting for my target to get hit. So let me fast forward this. All right, so right here is going to my target, and basically, boom, I'm out. Okay, so if you look to the left, I'm up 6,300 for that day. Okay, so that was a nice trade, straight to the point. Again, I'm looking at the 5-minute levels. We had a nice resistance at that 5-minute level. Again, if you go to the bullish daily chart, the market is bullish, right? And I'm taking a short. For the most part, that doesn't line up with a lot of gurus out here that would tell you you have to do top-down analysis. Now, top-down analysis is actually a great thing to do, especially if you have a lot of different, opportunities or different stocks to pick. So if I was trading the stock market, yes, I would probably definitely do top-down analysis because you have more, selection. So you have maybe 10 different stocks that you can look at and say, oh man, what stock should I trade? So if you had that many selections, you have to narrow down the best selection. So the best way to narrow it down is to go to a daily chart first and then go to the 4-hour and see which one is the best, okay? And that alone would be a great way to do top-down analysis because now you are narrowing down your selection. But when you're only trading in one market like the NASDAQ, it's hard to have the daily chart and the 5-minute chart line up every single day. It's like nearly impossible. So that's why I strictly look at the 5-minute chart, and you saw that I got a nice short, even though the daily bias is to the upside. So that was a nice quick 2 times my money, right? So let me go to the next day, show you guys what happened next. All right, so the next day, guys, I was hoping to get a long right here, okay? Off of this level right here. We had a nice bullish bar right here. I went long, and guess what? I got stopped out. You're not gonna win it 100% of the time. It is what it is. I got stopped out, didn't complain about it, okay? Now, since I realized, all right, the market is very strong to the downside, okay, let me go for a short. Again, if you look at the daily bias is to the upside. Why are we trying to look for shorts? Well, it's because the 5-minute chart, okay, is actually bearish. Remember, one bearish candle on a daily chart, okay, is actually a downtrend on a 5-minute chart, right? So now I had to switch my bias. Now, what we have here is what? A supply, okay? So I had to go short at that supply zone. As soon as we hit that supply zone, I saw sellers come in, I went short. So let me show you guys the live trading. All right, so right here, this is where I went long and I got stopped out. Again, it is what it is. You guys, you're not gonna win 100% of the time, okay? So let me fast forward this. All right, so right here, you're about to see me get stopped out, and pretty much I am out of that trade, and I'm down 3,900 on that trade, right? So it is what it is. I'm looking for another trade. So let me fast forward it to the next trade. All right, so here's the short right off that supply zone, okay? And basically, I'm looking for 2 times my money. Everything's looking good. At first, it looks like it was gonna stop me out, but we wicked up a couple of times and then we went straight down. I'm like, okay, bam, that was a great move right there. So let me fast forward this. All right, so right here, you're about to see me get my target, and basically I'm about to get my profits from this trade. And let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, boom. All right, so I'm up 2,800 for that day, and that day was a winner, okay? So let's go to the next day, which is Friday, I believe, which is today. Okay, again, why are we going short in the bullish market? Well, I'm telling you guys again, the 5-minute is telling me that it's bearish. Okay, look at it. Okay, look at this, guys. Okay, this is a 5-minute trend, right? So the 5-minute trend is telling me that we are bearish. Okay, so that's why I want to go short, even though the daily chart is bullish. So what did I see today? Well, I saw that pretty much the market broke the trend line right here. We created supply, right? And basically it's reacting to this supply right here. I usually do not take trades right at the open, but this was a super duper clear trade. We were at that supply zone, so I took it. So basically we reacted to the supply zone, and then we went below this bar right here. I went short, okay? So I went short right here, 2 times my money, and I was out for the day, okay? And let me show you guys the live trade. All right, here's a live trade. At first, it was actually, almost going back to my, stop loss, but it didn't. And then it came right back down. So I'm like, all right, sellers are in the market. So let me fast forward this to show you guys what happened next. All right, so right here, the market is going down to my TP, and I'm just waiting. The market, well, day trading is a waiting game, okay? So boom, we hit that target profit, and I'm up 6,500 for the day, okay? So that was my week. Again, I'm using one time frame, one market, and one trade, okay? I'm trying to only trade one time, okay? Now, if my first trade is a loser, yes, I'm gonna try again, see if I can actually get another winner, okay? But at the same time, if my first trade is a winner, I am done for the day. So one trade, one market, one time frame, okay? This is as simple, guys, this is very simple. Now, just because it's simple, it doesn't mean that it's easy, because the reason why it's not easy is because you're gonna have weeks where it's gonna be slow, right? You're gonna have weeks where it might be a break-even week. You might have a week where it might be a slightly losing week, okay? But you have to continue to trade the system no matter what. Now, again, for you to understand this, you have to back test this, trade it every single day. You gotta get used to the price action, put in those reps, and once you do that, you definitely will get familiar with the market and how it moves, okay? And another reason why I trade like this is because, believe it or not, for day traders, the daily chart really doesn't affect us that much, okay? Because remember, we only are looking for quick moves, right? So a daily bias, it really doesn't affect a day trader that's only looking for a quick scalp here, a quick scalp there, okay? So we can actually go against the daily trend, okay, just because we're looking for these quick scalps here and there. Now, just because we're looking for those quick scalps here and there. So that's another reason why I really don't care too much about the daily bias. Unless I was swing trading, yes. But again, there's nothing wrong with using top-down analysis. There's nothing wrong with having your chart line up with the daily bias. But since I'm only trading one market, it's hard to do that every single day. Trust me on that. If I was trading stocks, yeah, I'll probably definitely look more into that. Or if I was trading maybe Forex, I'll probably look into more than that, because I have, a whole bunch of different pairs I can look at. But one market, to me, 5-minute chart is good enough. I hope you learned a lot from this video. If you did, hit that subscribe button. If you want to learn how I'm doing this and you want to trade like this, check out the program below. But other than that, guys, I hope you have a great day, and just keep improving. Let's get it. Talk to you guys later.